All right, ladies and gentlemen, and all them ships at sea, as a fellow used to say. We are about to go into our Bible study for tonight. And I'm going to let Mr. Bear Varnum explain to you exactly where we're at as far as the study of Revelation. Brother Varnum.
Good evening. We're in Revelation chapter 13. Nobody's really leading it except for the Spirit of the Lord. And we sit around this table and we read the Bible and we discuss what we think is being revealed. And it's good to have a seasoned pastor to keep me in line, because sometimes I get a little passionate in what I talk about. It's good to have somebody that's trained in the area. Of course, I guess I could just say all mine is revealed to me by the Spirit of God.
Amen.
All right, and out around the table, we of course got Bear, we got Pastor Drummond, we got Curtis Shores over here, and yours truly, which is behind the camera, and that's just because it's my phone. Who wants to lead us off here?
And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns. And upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power, and his seat, and great authority. And I saw one of his heads, as it were, wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. And they worshipped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast, and they worshipped the beast, saying, Who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him? And there was given unto him a mouth, speaking great things and blasphemies. And power was given unto him to continue 42 months. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against God, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle, and them that dwell in heaven. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints, and to overcome them. And power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. And he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Anybody got anything on that? Verse 11.
That's what I was looking for. So you finished up on verse 11.
Yeah, that's where it started.
You know, the 42 months is how many years?
3.5.
It was 3.5.
3.5 years. Yeah.
Except for that time was shortened, so would the elect be confused?
Yeah.
That's
And it's a number that you see in the book of Daniel. There's some prophecy there, and a period of time where it's talking about 3.5 years. 3.5 years is half of the 7 years. 7 would be complete, and so somehow there's a break there in the middle of that period, whatever's going on here. I always like to, the way I look at Revelation is that John is seeing a vision, and it seems that every time he is talking about something that is not to be taken literally but is symbolic, that he explains it that way. He gives the meaning for it. And other times where he doesn't give the meaning for it, he seems to just be describing something with the best ability that he has to describe what he's seeing. Now, not, people disagree with approaching revelations that way, but it seems like that tends to be true, and I would think that then this being, this dragon, this beast that he sees here, he's describing it. I've seen preachers take these apart and give meaning behind the feet that were like a bear's feet, and the mouth that was the mouth of a lion, and break it down and try to bring some symbolism out of it. And sometimes when we do that, it's like we force some meaning that wasn't intended. So I just always think it's careful not to, it's good to be careful not to try to bring something out of everything and make it all symbolic. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. You want to pick it up? You want me to keep going?
You want me to read?
You want to?
And he exerciseth, this is the King James Version I'm reading from here. He exerciseth all the power of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven in the earth in the sight of men, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he causeth all, both small and rich, poor and free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of the name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 636. And so there, with that number even, John at least gives some understanding of what that number would represent. He said it's the number of a man. And the two beasts, it seems that first beast is a political power, and the second beast is more a religious power that's supporting the political power.
The number, what do you think that means? You think it's like his first day, or like his DLC number? Or?
You want me to tell you what that means? I wish I could.
I mean, it could be along those lines, though, right? It's pretty specific. When it says a number that represents, it'll be in whatever scale that could fall under in the vocabulary, right?
There's a lot of guesses made. A lot of people try to make something out of what 666 would mean. Have you heard of anything that?
I've heard lots of.
Was there an FFF? What's that?
FFF?
Yeah. I'm asking.
What's the FFF come from?
Just the 666. A, B, C, D, E, F.
Oh.
Just throwing that one till we cancel it out, But,
there are lots of, there are
but
some
what's
things.
999? No. I mean, or I don't know. CERN? I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, I've heard a lot of people over the years make up. I guess some of it will be kind of in joking manner though, but mark of the beast being credit scores and FICO scores, that kind of thing.
Well, we was doing the little grain of rice in your wrist during COVID, right? Where you could go to the vending machine, swap that little thing on your wrist, and it give it. And they was talking about that. And
I missed that one. I didn't get that one.
yeah, that's how they were going to start storing your credit card information. When they did the gold chip, they were going to implant something in your, either on your hand or in your wrist.
So that you could get through
Groceries.
They said that already?
Yeah, that was big news back during COVID. That little transmitter they were going to
Well, then they've already started it.
subdermal.
Well, that sounded very much like this. It doesn't necessarily mean it's talking about the same event.
Well, I mean,
The events that we are surrounding all of this don't seem to have necessarily taken place. Some people believe all of that has in the book of Revelation, that it's already taken place. But this whole, the number, there have been things all through the years where people thought, oh, this is it. Even the whole Antichrist, how many world leaders through the years did they get called, they must be that Antichrist?
Probably be a few more over the years.
Yeah.
If we live long enough, we'll hear them call a few more.
Maybe I'm wrong on this, but like, when I read some of the, stuff that I read, I have the time to try to look at it different. That's something that comes across my mind, like, what if, like the Antichrist, like I've just been breaking down like the definition of that, like what it means, and it's not as like as it's like looking at one of us, you know what I mean? I'm not saying against, because the yin and the yang of things, you know what I mean? You gotta have like the Antichrist for people to worship or to pray, you know what I mean? So in a sense, I almost think that there's so much misinformation out there, it's almost like that's gonna be like, and it's almost gonna become that little business, like
They'll
agreement.
just creep in.
Not creep in, like it's really just, you'll see it's like been there. And it's, you know what I mean? And it's like that people could wrap their heads around that.
And the Antichrist spirit has been here. It's not something that's coming, it's something that's been here. Christ himself told us that.
Yeah.
And the good news is, all we got to do is stand up, proclaim the kingdom of God, speak the good news of Jesus Christ, and stand up so they don't come a falling away. Because there has to come a falling away before all this occurs. So you stand. You continue to raise your children up in the knowledge of Christ. You continue to raise your children up in the knowledge of love. And you put away these prohibitions. You put away the wars that we're doing. And we begin giving Christ a chance and allowing his freedom to reign in America. And America praying to him as our king. And we become one nation under God. We become brothers. We become equals. Instead of trying to have the final word on everything, let's live in love and continue to have life eternal going on without it being destroyed because we fell away and didn't do what we were told to do.
Guys, if I could, I don't mean to disrupt. I want to say something about me being scared. It's something that happened before I came here. But if I tell that story, you'll see why I am scared to death to get with anybody that has a gun, that has maybe some stored ammunition or some food, because of what really came and scared the shit out of me. Like, you know what I mean? And so what I mean is, so if I seemed weirded out, it's because I never ever wanted to accidentally. You don't want that. Like it's like put you in jail forever kind of stuff. Like hell, I didn't do nothing. I really didn't. But but it never got. I don't even know what that was. I don't know if it was somebody messing with me.
What are you talking about?
Like people like, when I'm like out in the wood, staying somewhere, and people coming up like January 6th people, we're FBI, like we know your friends and da da da, and you know, I mean, just watching from afar, you know, it wasn't so much